27 is the third Spur in postseason history with 25, 15, and 5, joining Tim Duncan and David Robinson. So you knew after he got kicked out in Game 4 that he was going to come back in Game 5 with something on his mind. It's why I laid the 10.5 points with the San Antonio Spurs, and it was a comfortable cover at the beginning of the fourth quarter, Smalls. Victor Wembanyama, I said it before, I'll say it again, the only person that can stop him is Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, he was talking about the different versions of himself last night, mature Vic and upset Vic, and he was saying that they don't have to not work in concert with one another. And obviously, after getting bounced from the game prior, you knew he was going to come back with a vengeance and with something to say, and boy, did he have a lot to talk about last night.
Oh, he was amazing. 27 points, 17 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks. I mentioned Kelton Johnson with the 21 off the bench. And again, 14-2 run to start that third quarter, and then boom.
Ayo Dosunmu was awesome during that span. He was great.
Ayo Dosunmu was so good that CC has been working his cap tables trying to get him to the Lakers.
Yeah,
really?
While
the playoffs are going on.
That's what we need. I couldn't help it. I mean, Rob Pelinka comes out yesterday and says he wants LeBron and Austin Reeves back. I'm like, all right, cool. How do we get better? That's how you get better.
That's the guy.
That's the guy. That's how you get better.
I just love as he's playing.
I'm scouting.
Yeah. You know what? We've all worn off on each other. Great parts. I think I've worn off negatively on you, clearly.
No, that's not
Trade
negative.
machine.
That's a positive.
In the middle of a playoff game to sit there and trade a guy in essence or sign somewhere else?
I'm going to tell you how it's a positive.
Okay.
You always talk about this. I'm not going to present a problem without a solution.
There you go.
We presented the problem with the Los Angeles Lakers.
And you want to steal the guy and
I just saw the solution last night at the beginning of the third quarter.
He's a good player.
Good point. While we're at it. As a Heat fan, my team stinks. I'd like Wemby. That's the solution to the problems that Wemby is what I'd like. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's utterly.
He's so
it was. There's no such thing as an easy bet. I do not want to advise people to bet and thinking it's easy. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But the hunch that everyone had going into yesterday of whatever DraftKings had as the over-unders for points and rebounds, just blindly take overs for him. Just blindly take the overs because you knew, Smalls, that he was going to be so annoyed by the fact that he was tossed, not because it was the wrong call, but that he put himself in a bad position for his team in Game 4, and he was going to come out like a madman last night, and he had 16 of the first 24 points of the game for the Spurs, and he was unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. He's unbelievable with everything he does on the court. He's unbelievable with the way he carries himself, which is why the elbow incident the game prior felt so out of character for him. And he's 22 years old, but he carries himself with such maturity and such a sense of what he can accomplish and what the prize is that you don't expect that from him. And I love how he too was talking about how important it was for him to set the tone and the way that they started the game. He's just amazing. And we always talk about the face of the league and passing that baton and the next person up. The NBA has a lot of great young talent right now, but none more exciting than Victor Wembanyama. He is so fun to observe.
He had 16 points in the first 6.5 minutes of the game.
Ridiculous.
Because he was annoyed. Like, think about any walk of life. If you're annoyed at your profession, that doesn't mean you become the greatest ever at your profession.
You can't just exert yourself to be the best.
Yeah, like I'm a lawyer. I'm annoyed. All of a sudden, I become the greatest lawyer of all time. Like, life doesn't work that way.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm Atticus Finch. Like, what's happening? This
man was annoyed, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna be MJ tonight." Oh, okay, cool. And he was. He was ridiculous. Even Ant-Man, who's the other guy that people are saying could be the face of the league, and I give him a ton of credit. He's played through all the injuries, etc. But Ant-Man had this to say, Anthony Edwards, had this to say, 20-point game last night. Wasn't great for him. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, need more of a versatile game. But again, he's banged up. Had this to say on Wemby post-game.
Some of the stuff that Wemby was doing, you don't really have too much of an answer for it. Just kind of hope he misses. But he came out high. He made a bunch of shots. I feel like we adjusted, fought back in the game. Tried to dig ourselves out of the hole, but I mean, eventually they created another lead and running out in transition. We got to get back, get matched up. Just game plan mistakes that we keep making, and it's too late in the series to make these mistakes.
How do you stop him?
Oh, you can't stop him. The way to stop him is what they did in Game 4 is frustrate him and hope he does something stupid.
But because he did something stupid, he probably won't do it again, right?
Yeah.
He seems like someone who learns from his mistakes.
I mean, well, he
got that out of the way.
He said it post game.
Yeah.
What he did was when he got ejected, he locked in on taking care of his body, watching film, practicing with his team, and trying to figure out how he can be better, how the team can be better. And he came out in Game 5 and he demonstrated that. He executed it. So yeah, Victor Wembanyama, he has the stature and the athleticism. That's the stuff that people dream about. But then also the sports character. Mm-hmm. His mindset, his work ethic matches his freakish athletic ability and his frame. And when you put those two things together, you get arguably the most unstoppable force in basketball. Y'all, he's matched up against a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year in Rudy Gobert and somebody that's his countryman that has known him forever.
And he still owns him.
And he still owns that dude. There's nothing that the bigs for Minnesota can do. It's not as if he's going up against people that aren't capable. You got guys out there that have had outstanding careers, arguably Hall of Famer careers, and they can't stop Wemby. That's how dominant he is. But here's the thing that I do want to say, and I don't want it to get lost in the sauce. Victor Wembanyama is the headline. But this is a really, really good Spurs team. Mm-hmm. This is Keldon Johnson coming off the bench, him and Dylan Harper. Those dudes are unbelievable. Like, Dylan Harper doesn't get a lot of shine, but Dylan Harper might be one of the keys for the San Antonio Spurs if they're going to find a way to best the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. That dude's emergence in the postseason has been incredible. You don't see that type of poise from a 20-year-old in his first foray in the NBA playoffs. I mean, he is truly Ron Harper's son. There is no back down in Dylan Harper. And if Steph Castle plays up to the billing and all of those other guys, Devin Vassell, Champagnie, De'Aaron Fox, like, this is a really, really good team. Wemby sets the tone, no doubt. He's the guy that everybody focuses on when it comes to the opponent's game plan and who they got to stop. But those other guys from San Antonio are damn good basketball players. And they found a way to gel and develop the requisite chemistry that it takes to actually contend for a title, even in the Western Conference that has, in my opinion, an all-time great team in OKC.
You know what's interesting? If you look at all three teams right now that have either advanced or have a lead in the NBA playoffs, all of them have a type. They're well built with a type. Oklahoma City is a personality type. They are very similar in terms of the way that they are. Jared McCain fits so perfectly with that crew when they got him because they knew the basketball, sure, but the personality type, it fits.
They look for people, not just players.
Yeah. Well, they got to be great players, but amongst the great players, the personality type has to fit. San Antonio has a type because if you look at it, big physical guards. Steph Castle, I'm not fighting him if I'm another NBA player. No. Dylan Harper, is he a power forward or a point guard? Because
I can't tell.
Right.
He plays so big.
They got a type. The Knicks, obviously all of the Villanova guys, they have a type there. But the Knicks have a type of like, we are going to back down to absolutely no one. Jalen Brunson's not backing down. Josh Hart ain't backing down. OG ain't backing down. Mitch ain't backing down. They've gotten Cat to the point of he ain't backing down. They have a type. When you know what you're actually looking for and you know how to coach it, develop it, and execute with it, and it's not a mishmash of, this, like we're going to talk about next in Philadelphia, like it's just a complete mishmash of this guy's available, that guy's available, we should sign him. There's no type, there's no theme. Like, you know the exact kinds of players that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to bring in. The Seattle Seahawks this year, they're all the same. Not people, but they're exactly the same in terms of the type. That's why they win. Most great organizations have a mantra of we're not for everyone. We're not for everyone. And these teams, San Antonio ain't for everyone. They're not. If you're a small, I hate to use the word weak, but weak guard, you're not for them.
No.
Yes, but just like with the New England Patriots and the Patriot way, Bill Belichick can say it all he wants. When your star player and the best player in the league in Tom Brady is the personification of the Patriot way and he sets the tempo, everyone else falls in line. If he is listening to it and he's that way, I have to raise my game. So it's easier when Wemby comes in and he is what he is to set the tone for everyone else to always lean into that mentality.
So can I ask you a question? I know this is going to sound silly. Was it a good thing that Wemby got tossed in Game 4 for Minnesota? Or was it a bad thing? I don't know.
For Minnesota, you're saying?
Yeah, for Minnesota.
Oh, I think it's going to end up being a bad thing.
Did you hear him?
Yeah.
You talked about him taking care of his body. He's like, okay, we're on to the next game, taking care of his body. Remember last night he was talking, he's like, I felt fresh. I felt good. He turned it into a positive, and he destroyed them.
And there's an easy coaching point. If you're Mitch Johnson, if there are practices, which are very few practices anymore in the NBA, but if there are, Bismack Biyombo, Kelly Olynyk, I need to see you. Those are names that you have not heard in years. I need to see you. Yeah, what's up, coach? One, I need you to do everything in your power in practice to be as dirty as could be without hurting him. I need you to drive him utterly insane.
Yeah.
And I need him to understand that is going to be his level of unfair discipline that is needed. But your job here, you need to star in your role.
I mean, that's
you need
that's
to drive him insane.
That's exactly what has to happen. Bill Parcells used to do that all the time.
Well, a lot of people have compared Bill.
No,
and
I'm just saying, that's a great point, principally what he's making.
Yeah.
Bill Parcells used to do that all the time. He would go to guys, nondescript guys low down on the roster and say, look, your assignment for today's practice, outside of executing the X's and O's on the card, is to frustrate X player. And just do that all throughout practice to prepare them for the upcoming opponent.
Because composure is a muscle, too.
No doubt about it. Absolutely is. It is the mental aspect of the game, being able to have that mental toughness and that poise under pressure. And that's what Wemby was missing. And yeah, of course, a 22-year-old that has all of the gifts that he has, this might be one of the things that he has a little bit of a learning curve on, especially in NBA playoff basketball. Mm-hmm. And I think the experience that he had in Game 4 of this series is going to bode well for San Antonio, not just to the rest of the way in the Western Conference semis, but throughout the rest of the postseason. And so, yeah, as crazy as it sounds, Wemby getting kicked out in Game 4 might have been the worst thing to happen to Minnesota, and it might be the worst thing to happen for the rest of the playoff field.
Pretty good at the winning thing?
Oh,
Not
boy.
so fast, my friend. Coming up, we will get to that. But first, PayPal.